Along with the animated return of 4 turtles who are also teenagers, who are also mutants, and who are also ninjas, we bring you the conclusion of a real-time thriller miniseries, the return of yet another great Taika Waititi project, the return of a Netflix coming-of-age dramedy, and one mega freaking scary movie about why you should never go into the ocean. It's all here to take a bite out of your viewing calendar on this week's What to Watch.
Turtle Mutant Karate Teens. I want to know everything about you.
Our dad is definitely not a giant rat.
That makes me feel like he's a rat.
Heading from the sewer straight into theaters is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Yes, the TMNTs have been around since the late 80s, but this is a brand new iteration of the classic material, bringing its own artistic style, kinda looks like a comic book come to life, along with a fresh voice cast and new story details. You could call it a reboot. I'll call it the first reason to check this one out. The second is that while the supporting cast will be very recognizable to your ear, which we'll get to in a second, the 4 main turtles are voiced by relatively unknown actors in an effort to cast actual teenagers. Plus, the foursome recorded much of their dialogue together to encourage improvisation and form better chemistry. But what I want to know is, did they record in the sewers below New York City? Let's hope not. And remember that big name supporting cast I mentioned? Well, it's the third reason to join in this mayhem, because it includes Ice Cube as the main villain Superfly, Jackie Chan as Master Splinter, Ayo Edebiri from The Bear as April O'Neil, and if you want more, how about Giancarlo Esposito, John Cena, Post Malone, Paul Rudd, and Rose Byrne? And if that is kind of sounding like a Seth Rogen movie, well, it is. He's a producer, co-writer, and the voice of a villain.
Stay in your seats! Down! No! Down!
Operation has commenced.
Phones, tablets.
Plane is under control.
Taking over your TVs this week is the thrilling finale of Hijack on Apple TV+. This 7-part miniseries stars Idris Elba, and that's the main reason to watch this one. He's the man. That's it. That's the reason. He stars as a corporate business negotiator who has to use his skills to try and stop a hijacking on a 7-hour flight. Haven't we all? And if the words 7-part and 7-hour caught your ear, that's because this one happens in real time, much like another hit thriller series, 24, which is a second good reason to catch this series. The final reason is that it's certified fresh at 86% on the tomato meter, with a critics' consensus that says, largely devoid of storytelling turbulence and benefiting greatly from its real-time pacing, Hijack is a glossy but effective thriller that achieves genuine liftoff. Hey, easy on the puns there, critics. That's our job.
The path to healing is often found in opportunities to help others.
What does that mean?
You're on trash duty.
Maybe next time you'll think twice about running away and not telling anybody.
Why am I here? I didn't even go to California.
Another show that's definitely worth your time this week is the 3rd season premiere of Reservation Dogs. The first reason to visit this series is that it was created by Taika Waititi and Sterling Harjo. It follows the lives of 4 indigenous teenagers in rural Oklahoma, with storylines inspired by events from Harjo's childhood. The series features all indigenous writers and directors, along with an almost entirely indigenous American cast and production team, which was a major focus during the development process and another good reason to check it out. Plus, not only are seasons 1 and 2 certified fresh, but they're at 100% and 98% on the tomato meter, respectively.
Nick. Hi.
Also still pumping in the world of TV is the Netflix series Heartstopper, back with Season 2. A good reason to check out this coming-of-age romantic dramedy is that it was created and written by Alice Oseman, and based on her webcomic and graphic novel of the same name. It tells the story of a gay schoolboy who falls in love with a classmate. And not only was Season 1 a major hit with critics, sitting at 100% certified fresh on the tomato meter, but the audience score is a whopping 96% too. People love it. On top of that, Heartstopper was one of the top English series on Netflix within a couple of days of its release, increasing the popularity of not only the graphic novel it's based on, but also many of the songs used in the series as well. How cool is that? And for good measure, the series earned 9 nominations and 5 wins at the inaugural Children's and Family Emmy Awards.
That's the biggest Meg I've ever seen.
Biggest Meg anyone's ever seen.
That's the apex predator.
Everybody make it to the station!
And finally, if you're willing to jump back into theaters, beware, in a good way, of Meg 2: The Trench. The previous film in the series, The Meg, may be lacking a fresh score on the tomato meter, but what it didn't lack was the ability to draw large crowds, pulling in over $530 million at the worldwide box office and paving the way for a sequel. That's a large sum and a great reason to see this one. And good news for fans of the first, because its star Jason Statham is back. And if Statham's return is its own reason to see this one, then so is the return of not only more Megs, aka Megalodon sharks, but this time they'll encounter other giant prehistoric sea creatures as well. Dude, what? Plus, behind-the-scenes director Benjamin Wheatley brings a great combo of skills for this movie, having worked on psychological thrillers plus the adaptation High Rise with Tom Hiddleston and the action comedy Free Fire with Brie Larson, aka Dude is Qualified. Okay, we did it! 5 picks to help you forget about all the terrifying things lurking in our oceans and sewers. Be sure to let us and your fellow viewers know in the comments what you did check out, whether it was on this list or not. Remember to check out RottenTomatoes.com for the latest updates on scores and reviews for everything mentioned, as well as the movie and TV world at large. And please check out our RT25 page at RottenTomatoes.com so you can vote in our Fan Fave Movie and TV poll. We'll give you an imaginary sticker. I said this last week, guys. Come on. That's all for today, Fresh Family. Until next week, stay fresh.